Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. If you're looking for jewelry that makes an impact on your self-care routine and your style, Empowerography would love to offer you a discount code to one of our exclusive partners, Quartz and Canary Jewelry and Wellness Company. Please use code EMPOWER15 to receive 15% off upon checkout at www.quartzandcanary.com. Quartz and Canary is truly the place where spirituality meets style. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Sandy Co. She is a registered holistic nutritionist and strength coach based in York Region. How are you doing today, Sandy?
Well, thanks. How are you doing today, Brad?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here and talk to me on my podcast here today.
Pleasure's all mine.
How's your day going so far?
Pretty good. How about yours?
Not too bad. It looks like the sun's trying to come out a bit today. It was pretty dreary this morning, but hopefully the sun breaks through and we get a bit of sunshine today.
Yes, let's hope for it.
So as I mentioned, you are a registered holistic nutritionist. You're a certified personal trainer, a pre- and postnatal fitness specialist, a mother of two. How on earth do you find all the time to fit everything in to your life?
Honestly, it's being super organized, just scheduling everything into my calendar. I literally have my calendar synced with my husband. So it looks like appointments, which would be like work. And then I also have work. And then I have like date nights. And yeah, you just literally like plug everything into your week.
Now, you're an entrepreneur in the health and wellness industry. What's the name of your business?
I kept it very simple and I just stuck with my name, Sandy Co. Just growing up, my last name, it can be hyphenated as company, and I wanted to do more with that. And there was just something in the back of my mind I had as I was a kid, just like, I was like, oh, wow, like maybe that could be like a business name one day. So I just kept it with my first and last name.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
You'll never forget the name of your business, and neither will other people.
Exactly.
What inspired you to start a business in the health and wellness industry?
So it actually started 5 years ago. After having my son, I was at my heaviest and I just know I needed a change. So I kind of went on my own journey there. And then once I went through my own transformation, just realizing the potential and like what I could do with it, I wanted to do more and like actually help people. Just sharing like my transformation photos, and I felt like there was more than just to inspire. I actually wanted to like get in and help, because that's always something that I've always wanted to do, like help other people. And like this was like my way in. Okay.
What is it that excites you most about your career, your business?
I would say probably seeing the sparkle in someone's eyes when they're finished with me, just seeing like the change from like day one when they're like, for example, lacking energy, tired, and like to someone that's so vibrant, energetic, someone that loves themselves, like put themselves first, and just seeing like that growth from the time that I've worked with them is like incredible.
What made you decide to get into pre and postnatal fitness, and how did you go about that?
So it just kind of made sense just because I'm a mom and I wanted to know a little bit more about like moms during their pregnancy, what happens after. And it just kind of tied in. And a lot of people that I work with are moms. It just made sense.
Yeah. Okay. Now, of the three areas that you're trained in, which one keeps you the busiest? Are all three of these areas of your training tied in as one to help your clients?
I would say so, that they're all tied in. More so, I would say what keeps me a little bit busier would be the nutrition aspect of it, because that can go in so many ways, whether if it's someone that has a condition that they're looking to help them with, or if it's food is just so powerful and people don't realize like how much potential you can have with just food alone. And it ties into like an holistic aspect in terms of like your mindset and the psycho-spiritual connection, which can go on.
Yeah. Now, which one of the three areas of specialty did you get trained in or get into first?
I got into getting my training certificate first. It was just
Okay.
easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that.
Okay. And then what came next? Holistic nutritionist or the pre and postnatal?
It was actually the pre and postnatal after. And then a year ago, I decided to go back to school and then went into nutrition.
So what made you decide to bring that aspect or that arm of things into your business and gain knowledge on that?
For the nutrition?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was just like people were asking, like, what can I do with food? And like, I didn't have a lot of knowledge. Like, I had the basic knowledge and I wanted to do more with it. And just finishing the course and seeing how like the entire course not only revolves around food, revolves around the power of food, revolves around how it can actually help simple like diseases that we hear about on a daily basis, whether if it's like diabetes, even things like depression, autism. It had so many, it was just a bigger aspect of it that I needed like a better knowledge in.
Okay, so your clients kind of started the ball rolling for you in terms of getting the inspiration from that and the initiation of getting that training because they were inquiring about it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a bit about your own personal health and wellness journey?
Of course. So it was kind of like an epiphany moment. I was at Wonderland with my husband and my daughter at the time. My son was home because he was just a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of walking around, and I just saw everyone kind of like hiding away in like big t-shirts or like full-on bathing suits, just being covered in the splash works area. And I was just like, I don't want to be that person. I want to feel confident in my own skin. And that was that light bulb moment where I was like, okay, I need to change something about myself. And that's where my journey kind of happened. And then I started going into Orange Theory just from a friend. And then it led into working with an online coach. And then it led to where it is today. So it just kind of like evolved like one step at a time.
How long did your journey start? How long ago?
5 years ago.
5 years. Oh, wow. The same time as you started your business.
Mm-hmm. My business actually 2 years ago.
Okay. Oh, 2 years. Okay. Now, do you work specifically with women only? And if so, why did you choose to focus your business solely on women?
I chose to work with women just because I can relate to someone, and it's just easier in the aspect if someone, for example, that is a mom, I can like totally see where it's very easy for you not to prioritize yourself and not to put you first because everyone thinks it's selfish.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is because you can't pour from an empty cup. And most times, most people are putting themselves last and they burn out at the end of the day and they're not who they want to be.
I love that. You can't pour from an empty cup. Even just thinking about, when you get on an airplane and you're sitting there waiting on the runway for them to take off, what do they tell you when they're going through their instructions? In case of a crash, you put your mask on first. That way you're able to help others. It's a very simple concept that a lot of people don't grasp. And I think that mothers, especially because they're just naturally nurturers, it's always give to everybody else. And you kind of women or mothers put themselves last and everybody else ahead of them and their needs.
Yeah, totally.
Now, seemingly in the media, self-love, women's empowerment, and body positivity are buzzwords. I mean, I know that you're big on body positivity and self-love, and I've seen some of your recent photos that you've posted on your social media. Do you think that the media's had a hand in creating this buzzword narrative with these things? Like it's cool to use these terms, it's the in thing, or do you think that's not the case? And what are your thoughts on the whole movement, women's empowerment and body positivity and self-love? What are your thoughts on all that?
I think it's something that should just be not an in thing, but just something like we hear on a regular, just because it's so easy to tear someone down, talk negatively about that person, and just seeing how someone can like really love themselves, show their true selves from within, and then speak upon like whatever it's their body, because everyone's body is different. Like there's no like one set standard of how someone should look. So if someone is speaking very positively about themselves, loving themselves, it just comes out naturally.
Yeah. But do you think that's the case, that the media has kind of hyped it up to where it's become cool buzzwords to use in like now in these times? Or do you think that these movements are true and genuine? And
I think now it's become a little bit, it's easier to talk about than what it would have been maybe like 10 years ago.
right.
And yes, it started off as a movement, but now you can see more people coming out and talking about themselves, talking about their journey. So I think it should just keep going.
I think we need to get, because I know I've noticed too in today's day and age that more companies are starting to get on board in terms of promoting different body types, and companies like Aerie and others. I mean, we need more of that, I think, too,
Yes.
because when these big name brands and companies get on board with things like this, it has a much further reach.
Yes, it does. Because like I said, like there's not one body type. That's just
Yeah.
something that was molded over the years through, I guess, media, culture. And now we're seeing like different body types, ethnicities, cultures, and just seeing, everyone's different. Like you said, Aerie's done a really good job, like rebranding their company.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, do any other brands come to mind while we're speaking about this that you've noticed being in the health and wellness industry, that you've noticed that have kind of changed their narrative and put more focus on that come to mind for you?
Lululemon has actually just started implementing plus sizes all the way up to size 20, which is amazing. Knixwear has also been really good with empowering women with like their body image. So it's different sizes, different people, different women. Dove has been amazing at that as well.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed, being in the health and wellness industry, any like a little bit of a shift in the thinking and mindset when we talk about these types of things?
Yes,
Yeah.
because now it's not just like hot words like, oh, I want a six pack. But no, like there's not just one body type. Like no one can live that way. Like
Yeah.
there's no standard. Like people need to be happy with where they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what people are just starting to overcome.
Okay. To date, what would you say is your biggest high or your greatest win?
I would say going back to school a year ago, I went back full time. So I was in class twice a week. I was also working at the time, training and coaching clients, being a mom, just being super busy. And that just got me going. Just like, you know what? I got to get this done. It's now or never.
Full plate. I love it.
Yeah.
What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
I think just being relatable and actually going through what I've gone through with my own transformation, like being almost like I'm 5'1", I'm very short.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had my son, I was 205. So I carried the weight like everywhere. And
Right.
just knowing the feelings of, eating your emotions or using, I've spoken this about a lot, but basically food is the most utilized antidepressant out there.
Okay.
When it should be like exercise. So
yeah,
it's just seeing that mind shift.
Mm-hmm. What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Probably when I am celebrating myself when I do photo shoots. Don't want to sound vain or anything, but
No, that's not vain. You should celebrate yourself. Absolutely.
yeah, but just working towards a goal, and it's just amazing to see the outcome when you see your photos. You're like, oh my God, that's me. Like, I think every woman there should be a day in their time of their life where they celebrate themselves, whether it's like a photo shoot to see how far they've come.
Absolutely. I honestly believe that with all of my heart, that every woman should do a photo shoot to celebrate who they are, what they've become, how the little things need to be celebrated. And it also, with a photo shoot, that gives you something you can look back on and you can always refer back to show you how amazing you look and how beautiful you are. It's incredible. What would you say is one of the best pieces of advice you've ever received?
It's a good one. There's a lot out there, but I think my favorite one is not to pour from an empty cup. Like I said from the beginning, a lot of people do that, and at the end of the day, they get burnt out, and you're not your best self. So you always want to be able to take time for yourself, simple self-care practices that you're willing to put time into your day, just to like wind down and just, be your authentic self.
What would you say is one of the biggest pain points that you've been dealing with in your business these days? Aside from COVID, obviously, because every business has been affected in one way or another. So aside from that, what would you say is one of the biggest pain points you've been dealing with?
I would say just right now, just changing the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when they look at fitness, it's like everyone's looking for that like quick fix.
Yeah.
And it's changing the narrative that no, it's not a quick fix. It is a journey. It is a lifestyle journey. It's a change, and it's something that you have to really commit to, and just changing that narrative, because it's so easy for you to go out into a store, like for example, go into Shoppers and look for, I don't know, a detox for 10
Yeah.
days when you know that won't do much. You'll just make you poop.
Yeah. Have you noticed a mindset shift in your clients coming to you and they're realizing that, you know what, this is a journey and it's going to take a lot of work? They're not coming to you for that quick fix?
Yes, and that's what I've noticed, and that's what I help coach my clients into knowing. Like sometimes, like there's days when we want to throw ourselves a pity party. It's like, you know what? Get out of that pity party. This is your down. This is time for you to get out of it and get back to work.
Do the work, yeah. How do you define success? What does that word mean to you?
I think it can mean a lot of things, but for myself, I think it's just being able to help as many people as you can, but helping yourself as well.
Mm-hmm. Again, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Mm-hmm.
That theme keeps popping up.
Yeah.
Who have been three of the most influential people in your life, Sandy?
I would say, so my kids.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I say that is because they're always watching.
Yeah.
And you don't know it, but like when you're obviously right now we're working out from home because the gyms are closed, but like, they kind of popped into the workouts. Like they see you, they see what you're doing. I would also say, my husband, just because he's been so supportive from day one and
Mm-hmm.
always encouraging me. And then the third person is probably the coaches I've worked with. So I've worked with online coaches, and I've met them in person as well. I've worked with
Mm-hmm.
Jacqueline Phillips. I've worked with Coach JVB, Jennifer, and I've also worked with Jade Atkinson. So they've alone, just having, every coach needs a coach. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe in. And
Yeah.
just having that, it really allowed me to be where I am today.
What do you feel most grateful for in your life?
I would say my health.
Yeah.
Because that's something a lot of people overlook, especially at a time like now during COVID. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
something that everyone should really prioritize. I know it could be hard with, like, especially if people are working from home or might not have a work. It's very difficult in a time like now, like just even like isolating ourselves just because we want to stay safe. So it's really taking care of ourselves and our health.
What would you say is your personal motto?
I would say something so simple. Nike said it well, just do it.
They coined the phrase.
Yeah.
What gives you the motivation to keep going?
I wouldn't say motivation, because motivation is more of something like in your head. You're like, oh, maybe I should do that. But you need to have the discipline to continue to keep going. And it's also just the consistency. So every day that you show up, it's almost like a daily habit that you've ingrained into your brain to do.
Okay, I like that. What does the word empowerment mean to you?
To me, it's showing someone their true potential from the inside out. The reason I say that is a lot of people don't see that they have it in them. Like it's so easy for them to like put themselves down, but then once you start working with someone and seeing their true potential, they bring it out in themselves after.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
I would say ambitious. That's
a good one. I like that one. If you were writing your autobiography, what would the title be?
That's a good question. I'm just going to keep it simple. All about Sandy.
Simple is good. Simple is always good. All about Sandy. All right, there you go. What is the first thing you notice about a person when you see them?
I would say their eyes.
Their eyes?
The eyes of someone, it kind of tells them a story, even if they don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can see either happiness through someone's eyes, or the sadness and hurt from someone's eyes. So just
Mm-hmm.
looking at someone, like that eye to eye contact,
Yeah.
is huge.
Money or fame?
Oh, that's a hard one. Money can't buy happiness. However, it can buy things that can help support you um, do what you need to do in life.
Yeah. I think it gives you a good platform as well. I mean, more so than fame, because
Yes.
you can give money to help causes and help
Mm-hmm.
people, right?
For sure.
Early bird or night owl?
An early bird. I'm usually the first one up.
And first one to bed?
Yes.
Even before the kids.
No, sometimes it's just like days where I'm just like laying there. I'm like, "Okay, I'm falling asleep already."
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest risk you've ever taken, or one of the biggest risks you've ever taken?
I would say going self-employed. That's a huge risk for any of the entrepreneurs out there.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
Yeah, it is for sure. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't think about or don't realize is how hard it is. It's a lot more work than a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, that's for sure. And I think that entrepreneurship gets romanticized so much out there that
Yes.
people just think, oh, it's easy. I get to pick my own hours and I don't have to work these days if I don't want to. Well,
Mm-hmm.
sure, you can do that, but if you don't work, you're not making money.
Yep, got it.
And it's okay to fail too. We have to be aware of that as well. And I don't think that the failure aspect of entrepreneurship or the failures get talked about enough. It's more, again, it's so romanticized. And I think that the downside of things or the other side of things needs to get talked about more.
Yes, for sure.
What's the first thing you think when I say the word future?
Growing a successful online coaching business.
Okay. If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
To be kind. That's something I hope that's not overlooked, especially in today's society. A lot of people just all for themselves sometimes, and it's very difficult to see kindness. So I think it's just to be kind to one another.
It's a very, very simple and easy concept. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
And it's just I can't wrap my head around why we as humans still have not grasped this concept.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
If you came with a warning label, what would yours say?
Probably always feed me. I'm always hungry.
If you had a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what song would that be?
I love the Mission Impossible stuff. It's just so sneaky and it's just fun walking into a room, like just slyly walking into the theme song would be so funny.
What is one of your favorite entrepreneurial books?
The 7 Highly Effective Ways. It's such a long book. I just finished the Audible for it.
Okay.
It's actually really good.
Okay.
It is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There we go.
Excellent. Lastly, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
I would say be easy on yourself and just love yourself. Like at times when we're younger, just even now, people are their worst critic.
Yes.
And it's so easy to put yourself down. I would just say, just be easy on yourself and just be kind and love yourself every day.
Beautiful. I love it. Simple and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Sandy, for being here and sharing your journey, a bit about your story and what you're doing to give back and help your community and be a part of. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I appreciate you and what you're doing.
Thank you so much for your time.
Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography Podcast. My guest today has been Sandy Co. She is a registered holistic nutritionist and strength coach based in York Region. Thanks, Sandy. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day.
You as well, Brad.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.